So,
Rick!
this episode's brought to you by Poland Springs.
The cafeteria.
Do you have any more water right now? Done. But this records in like 30-minute intervals. So, for the people listening, you might hear a little cut-off time at certain moments. Let's set the time.
Bit.
Okay. Antonio,
Elvis.
how are you?
I'm very hot and sweaty,
Yeah, it's very hot.
but overall very good.
So at this point, I think it's gonna be either the third or fourth episode. I'm still having trouble kind of organizing everything. But thank you guys for those of you watching or hearing. It's gonna be both.
The fuck you laughing at, bro? Can we curse?
I mean, I cursed. Yeah, no, I don't
Okay,
care.
cool.
Not PG-13, but this is another podcast or YouTube video for the Creators Block podcast. I had to change it to the Creators Block podcast because there was already a Creators Block in in iTunes. So it's gonna be the podcast, the Creators Block podcast. I think that'd make it better. But it's very hot right now. We're in the art factory, and yeah, in Patterson, New Jersey. It's very, very hot in here. It's very humid. What Jersey's known for.
Yeah, it's been rainy all motherfucking week.
I'm like dying.
Yeah, it's horrible.
So we were trying to figure out a place to do this for a while, and for some reason we couldn't find the spot I was looking for because this place is fucking huge. But we decided just to settle here. Hopefully our lighting's pretty good. But yeah, Antonio, I have my Antonio guest.
My Antonio.
So let's see, what's your Instagram name? What do you do?
My Instagram's Toni Tonez. Right now I just make beats on my computer.
I'm Elvis. Elvis likes photos. And okay, so let's start off with this. Because we actually did another podcast session with you, Matt, and Brian. Now I haven't uploaded that yet, but I don't know if I'm gonna use that because the audio was a little rough when we were because we were in the car recording it. The mic was decent, and it was recording all the background noises from the road and from the AC. So it's like it didn't really come out as I planned. But how'd you get into music?
Ever since I was young, I always loved music. But like making music, I just decided like it's something I'm good at and I like doing. And there's a bird in here now that just flew in.
Yeah, there's like bats that fly in here too.
That freaked me out.
That's mad cute.
Mm-hmm. It literally just flew in. I was looking at it fly. But yeah, I've always been into music. I always took classes in school, not like actual like lessons, but like different music classes.
Yeah. But like, when did you actually make the initial start to like start making it though? Because because me and Antonio go way back, so we knew each other for a while too. I actually met you in one of my auto tech class in high school. This was like sophomore.
Your junior, my sophomore, your junior.
Your sophomore, my junior year. Okay. So I was a junior. You're good. Don't worry. You're gonna see people walking around, so that's cool. But don't feel interrupting. But yeah, we all took together. I met you through Jonathan. I remember that. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we just became friends like that.
Yeah, back then I didn't really make music.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know you didn't.
It wasn't until high school I decided to I have to make music because I saw Gerardo. I didn't even know about FL DAWs like FL Studio or Machine or Ableton or any of that until Gerardo showed me Machine, and then I was like, what the fuck? And I downloaded it and I was like, wow.
And then you started making beats.
Yeah, and I was like, I could get good at this.
What was the initial start though? Like you just kind of he just showed you and then you just decided to download it.
I was like, damn, how do I have something this amazing? Well, I could just make music like nothing. I don't have to even play an instrument. I could just make music. Like why would I give up on this chance to do it? Like to learn how to do it. I taught myself how to do it.
Yeah, because when I used to go to your house, you used to have all the Rock Band, Guitar Hero stuff. Yeah, it was cool. I never knew how to play it. I mean, I did, but it was I don't know. I mean, I wasn't a musician, so My brother's a musician. I didn't think
that's how I get good at drums. The Rock Band drums.
that was what you good at.
That's how I just figured out how to like get the motions. You know, like be able to like get the foot. Like that was the hardest thing was like.
Yeah,
the kick and the snare, and it's like, but playing that a lot, I'm like expert. That got me like the muscle good, It's true though. That's what I did. I know how to play drums. I'm alright. I'm okay.
That's crazy though. Like, what do you want to do with it though? Like, what are you actually planning to do?
Like with music?
Yeah.
Eventually, hopefully, open up doors to other things I want to do, like making movies, like shit, anything I could do that I could have money to make. I could do.
You came out with your mixtape, right?
Oh yeah, I just dropped my beat tape, light work.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Light work.
Yeah.
I was wondering. I was like, what is that? I was like, is that the name?
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember Mustard came out with the video. It was like something light.
Yeah.
And like it was just kind of confusing too. It was just like Mustard's a skateboarding company, and they came out with a skate video called Something Light, and it was just like is it something light or is that the video name?
Yeah.
So yours is called Light Work.
Yeah, I've had that name for a while.
How many beats are in it?
Right now, 7.
7?
Yeah.
I've used one of your beats in one of my videos. I forgot which one it was. I think it was
The smoke one.
Oh, it was the smoke one. Yeah, it was. It's on IGTV, guys. In case you guys want to watch it.
Yeah, that beat's not on the tape, but it'll be on the next one.
Oh, it's not?
No, it's on the next one. I'm already planning the next one out. I'm doing like monthly.
Yeah, already?
And the next month is going to be a new tape, and then September hopefully.
You already have enough for the next month?
I have it planned out. I have like 7. I want to have 9 this time because I had 7 last time.
Now with music, so like what you do is like making beats, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's like different scenarios you could get into, like when it comes to producing beats. Like, what field are you trying to go more into? Like, actually just producing, making music, or do you want to like produce, like mix, or do you want to like master? Like, what are you trying to do?
Be a more. I'm okay at like the mastering, engineering stuff. I like do it myself. But I wouldn't really do it for other people because that's not the type of thing I want to do. I'd rather be making the beats, making the music. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The engineers, that's great. That's like the secret that like makes everybody sound good.
Yeah.
But like
my brother's like a producer engineer though.
Yeah.
Like that's what he wants to do though. But
that's a good thing to fall back on, like just to like because it's just a lot more technical. It's not like being.
Oh, it's hard. It's
you'll sit there and listen to the same song for 10 hours, like trying to get it to sound the right way.
But you want to like make music, like make beats and stuff.
Yeah, maybe for myself I'll engineer it, but for other people I wouldn't really.
So how do you plan on doing that? Like, do you have a plan laid out? Like, it's just like get in contact with this person because like at least I use some of your beats. Mm-hmm. Is that what you're trying to do with other people too? Like other people that try to make videos and stuff.
Yeah, anyone that we have friends with or I know is making videos, I'll be down. Right now I'm just trying to like release music and like beat tapes and stuff so it could sound like I could show people stuff, like not just random little snippets on SoundCloud or on Instagram, and eventually hopefully get my name out there, maybe email some people. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem with like, especially because if you're gonna make like vlogs or like YouTube videos, it's hard to find like somebody to like continuously like. I mean, I'm definitely go to you a lot when it comes to that.
Thank you.
But yeah, we did a photo shoot with the smoke bomb. It was pretty cool. I actually liked it a lot. Like, I didn't think how fun smoke bombs actually could get. Like, I've used them before, but like using them again and again, like it's so cool. They're just a little pricey because like you got like a 30-second window to actually take your shot.
Mm-hmm. It could just
not. And you don't know how the smoke is gonna manage and stuff. It's a little like crazy though. But okay, so when you make beats, what kind of beats are you going for? Like, what genre?
Hip hop, more like I try to mix in like the old school boom bap a little bit to it, and like try to make it more modern. But I really like the old boom bap. I do modern stuff though too all the time.
What are you trying to? So there's like, okay, so making beats is your art too. That's like you consider yourself as a creative, right? Is that the only field you want to be into?
No, like I said, I wanted to open more doors. Like I'm not opposed to writing. Like I've always been like a writer because I was never good at drawing. So I was like, let me learn how to write. Like I used to do poems in school, and shit like that. So I wouldn't be opposed to like, yeah.
Oh my god.
I was in one of the Clifton magazines.
Really?
My poems got into there. Yeah.
What the hell?
It was like a fear poem. I probably still have it. In my
what
house.
the hell?
I could probably show you it. I've shown Maddie.
Do you remember how it goes?
I know how it ends. I don't know like the lines off the top of my head. It's like about what you fear. It's like the things that scare you. That was like the theme that she wanted us to do.
And then you wrote things that scared you?
Yeah, it was like the spider in the night. It's like something like that. It's like the spider in the night. Some shit like that. I forgot. I thought it was alright. It wasn't like anything great.
And they had it published in the. Whose idea was it? Your teacher's idea to publish it?
Yeah, she was just like, if you want to submit one, and if it's good enough, we'll put it in there. And I was like, I bet I'll try. She gave us like a theme.
Did you get anything out of it though? Like what the hell?
You don't get anything from those.
The hell?
They sell it, and you don't get money. You don't get no money. They shaft you, yo. They're like the industry. You do all the work, and they'll pay you.
When was that? Middle school or high school?
No, high school. That was junior year.
Oh, it was junior year. That was more recent. That means I did know you.
Yeah, you knew that. Yeah.
You didn't tell us that.
Jonathan knows about that. I'm pretty sure I told you.
I don't remember. Nah.
You probably don't remember. I didn't tell everyone. I was like, oh, yo, look at this fucking amazing poem I wrote. I was like, I got a poem in there. I'll show you guys when it comes in. I'm pretty sure Jonathan knew. And like White Matt definitely knows.
White Matt.
Yeah.
Alright, so for you guys that don't know, we have two Matts in our friend group. One is Matthew Tavares, he's Dominican, a little than darker skin, and Matthew Feliciano, who's like Puerto Rican, Italian, and a mix of 15. Like a bunch of like, he's like a mutt.
Yeah, it's like too many things to even count.
Yeah, too many things to even count. He's like more black than white, honestly, but he just has light fair skin, so we call him White Matt, and then we have the other one, I guess Tavares or
you usually call him Matthew. And Matt, we had this thing, Matt is Feliciano, Matthew is Tavares.
So so your projects though, like you have right now, that the Beats mixtape out. You're gonna work on the other one, and then anything else you're working on now? Like, are you still trying to hit up people just to connect with them or something?
Not really. I haven't been doing that too much. I've been working more on just making music.
Just making music.
Like, trying to connect with you mainly. Like, Isaiah's supposed to hit me up to go to the studio, which would be cool.
Is there anybody you like to work for still? Like, are you still looking
like famous people?
Yeah.
I mean,
like your dream person you want to go for?
Childish Gambino.
Childish Gambino?
Yeah. He was the guy that made me think, like, I bet I could actually do this. Like, back in, like, 2012.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he was, like, back in 2012, nobody believed in his ass. Nobody. And now he's, like, the most loved guy in rap and music.
Crazy.
But
and, like,
5 years ago, he was
every album he comes up with is just, like, another vibe, which is so cool.
Camp is different than because of the internet, and Awaken My Love is way different than anything else that he's made.
Yeah. It's like weird.
It's like a 70s
but in a good way, though. It's like so creepy.
It's like psychedelic funk.
This guy's smart though. He's like just no more creative. Like
he's like the main reason I was like, damn, there isn't a limitation to what you can do. You can become an actor, you can become a writer, you can be a comedian, you can be a producer, you could be a rapper, you could be a singer, you could be anything. And like they could flame you in the beginning no matter what.
They could flame you.
They could, because they used to flame him. They used to call him gay. They used to call him Oreo.
Oreo.
And now now he's like the most loved guy, and it's crazy.
What the hell? That's fucking young. He always has like a certain message because remember like the last song. So what was the last song again? It was the
This Is America.
This Is America. Right?
Yeah, the one with the video.
Yeah. So it's 2018, and This Is America. Was it this year that it dropped?
Yeah, right? Yeah, like a month or two ago.
Oh wow. So when he came out with that, it was pretty cool because I remember like I saw an interview, and he was saying that he just uploaded it, and then he had to like upload it and everything, like distributed whatever. And after that, he closed his phone off. He's just like, I don't want to talk to anybody and stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't
He's
see
just
that.
like, like over the weekend, like he said, he didn't want to like see any comments. Not because he was afraid of that, like what they would say. It was more because he was just like, I remember he was saying, he's like, it's more because like I'm just gonna find you and shit. I'm like, what the hell? Like, look at your Instagram, like it's booty as hell or something like that. Yeah. No, it's cool though. It was funny though. But that's like a thing though, because like it's like. That was pretty controversial, you know.
Yeah, that dropped. That was like an explosion. Like, whoa, what the fuck? Everyone's talking about Childish Gambino out of nowhere.
He came out of nowhere too, because he wasn't active until like that point, you know.
Yeah, he was probably working on like the movies and the TV show a lot, and then he just dropped a music video out of nowhere, and it made everyone talk about him for like a month.
Yeah, it's like okay, so if you haven't heard the song, I mean, I'm assuming most people heard the song at this point, but in case this is heard in the future, This Is America is just the full scene of a bunch of like background scenes in general. So it's like him walking in the factory, and there's just like a bunch of things going on with him dancing in front of the camera, trying to distract you, quote unquote, with like all like the realness that's going on in the background.
Yeah. Like,
so it's like something you have to watch multiple times. You can't really watch it once and then like absorb everything. there's so much going on. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah, you'll watch it once and be like, oh, I get the message, but then you keep watching it and you keep seeing just like, oh wow, every scene, every like frame has something different. You can look at.
Every dance move he did, everything it just kind of had to do with something.
The clothing he's wearing, like
it's like the little red cloth with the gun and stuff. Like, making his I mean, you have to watch the video if you haven't watched it, and if you haven't, then so you're really behind because this is like
it was like everyone was talking about it for like that whole month.
But no, that's so like see he had like a message he wanted to like give out, and that's how he showed it, and it wasn't like complicated. Now like with like music and stuff, because like most artists have a message to portray. Like what are you trying to portray? Are you just like what is the reason you making music?
Kind of to show people that you can be creative, you know. Just we live in a time where like being creative is easier, and you get a lot more exposure really easily. So like having that creativity, like you could use that to do anything at this point now in the time we're in.
That's true. Like that's the reason I got into photography actually. Mm-hmm. I did that because I wanted to like prove myself that I wasn't not creative. Mm-hmm. I wanted to make sure like I proved myself that I wasn't creative somehow. And then it kind of led into like this podcast and everything because it's like part of the bigger picture. But photography was one of the doors, and I guess for you, producing beats is one of the doors. Yeah, because eventually I wouldn't be opposed to even rapping or singing or whatever if I get that down. Because like I said, I'm good at writing. I could definitely write. I wouldn't be opposed to that at all. My plan originally was to be a rapper. I didn't know that like how to make beats. I didn't know that there was just like you download a DAW and you could just fucking make. You want to be a rapper? That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to be a rock person. I wanted to be like maybe a guitarist in a rock band. No water. Maybe a guitarist in a rock band and like / writer. So I wouldn't be opposed to it. Okay. And I learned that you can make beats on just your computer, and I was like, oh, bet, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true actually. So it just kind of like came together. So when you make beats, like how do you do that? Because that's my problem too. Because when I try to like edit a video or something or edit like photos, like my problem is like trying to get myself to sit down and actually like start it, you know? Yeah, just sit there. And like and I'm assuming it's the same thing with you. Editing video is time consuming. Editing photos is time consuming, especially if you do like a gig or something like that. Mm-hmm. And for you, like you have to start from scratch. So that's very time consuming. How do you do that though? I just have my kind of like a routine almost like. Oh, what is that? Like, I'll usually start off with just like a simple drums, like just like simple like boom, clap, and then like play like piano over it and just try to see like what I could get from it, and then just try to build off of everything. And like once I get in the zone and I start hearing it, I'm like, oh, this sounds good. It just wants me to make me. I'm like, I bet I'm just gonna keep before these ideas like run away. Like I'm just gonna like actually try and like build on it while I'm here. Are you always thinking about that? Like even when you're outside, like just kind of doing random errands? Oh yeah, I always have like random like just drums in my head or like a melody. How do you mark that down? You don't mark it down. I sing it to myself. I'll try to remember it. I used to have voice memos. I don't really do that anymore. Oh really? I could just like that just comes to me just like whatever. And then when I'm sitting down, I try to like. It's like you're waiting in line. You're like, yo, this thing sounds cool. I'm gonna write it down and boom, boom, bam. Yeah, boom, bam, boom, boom, bam. Like it would be the worst. I'd be at work and I'm like, damn, I have this like nice melody in my head and I want to be at the computer right now. I was recording on my phone or something. Oh really? Yeah. You said you used to do voice memos, right? Yeah, every now and then. If I had like something I thought was good enough. So who like do you look up to? Like what's your inspiration behind most of them? For when I'm making rap, it's usually like Childish or Tyler who's up there too. Or beats and stuff? Yeah, because you know they're like mad creative with their music. And they make their own beats and stuff too. Yeah, I forget how creative Tyler is. Yeah, Tyler's one of the best probably. Like his name, Tyler the Creator. But like you forget though, you know? Yeah, he started like so much shit. Because he's like a goof. Guy. He just dropped a song where he talked about that. Like y'all thought it was all goofy and I was goofy with mouses and some shit like that. It's a good song with Rocky. Yeah, I think it's smart, man. Yeah, mainly if I were to pick two inspirations for like when I'm making rap music, it's them two, Childish and Tyler. Childish and Tyler. Because Tyler like also was like you could be different. Like you don't have to be like sounding like what everyone sounds like. You could be different and like. And the fact that like he switches. Build your own empire, like. He literally is like the one that actually switches his flows. Like like now these like rappers are rapping about that, but this guy actually does. Yeah, he used to rap about being like a killer and like a murder rapist. Now he raps about like flowers and stuff. Oh, Childish?
No, Tyler.
Oh, Tyler. Oh,
Yeah.
Tyler. Yeah.
Yeah, Tyler used to be weird. Like everyone was like, "Who the fuck? Like this is like weird ass music," and now it's like
The Yonkers song. Remember when that first came out?
yeah, Yonkers.
That was crazy. That was like it was like such a low budget thing, but it was like
Just him eating a cockroach in the black and white.
it was cool though.
And he hangs
I
himself
liked
at the
it.
end.
Yeah, it was good though.
Yeah, it was weird. He actually ate the roach and everything.
He actually ate it.
Apparently, maybe I'm wrong about that.
Oh, I was bugging him.
But him and like Childish, like you could build an empire of do whatever you want to do based off of being creative. Like they both did music. You know, Tyler did music. Obviously, Childish kind of did like a mixture of writing and comedy, and then kind of brought music into it after. But you know.
Yeah, and see, like I feel like people get that confused because the thing is like they like look up to these people, but like yo, these guys are regular ass people. Like I don't know if anyone's seen like even just my work or something like some people just kind of like if you think one of my photos is like good or something or like anything like I make, it's like you gotta realize that like I'm just like I'm a regular ass like
some random ass kid basically.
And it's like there's not much to actually like consider. Like you just have to do it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to actually try it. It's a little weird though how the process is because like my process is a little. If I can't, especially because okay, so creator's block was meant for the idea with creator's block, like the actual thing that happens, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like I get that all the time, but it depends what I'm doing because like if I don't have an idea to begin with, then I'm gonna have it either way, whatever I'm working on. I can't if I want to record a video, I can't just automatically just go out and just film random stuff and it's not gonna come out. It's not gonna come out. It's just gonna be all over the place. I tried that once and it just kind of like scatter all over. But if you have like a concept and stuff, then you kind of can feed off of it, and you don't really get like a block.
Yeah.
What do you do like in that case though? Like if you can't, has that happened to you?
What, like when I'm making beats or something, like
Yeah.
I get a block,
Like what if you get so far in some beat and then you're just like, damn, I don't know how to add to this. Or I don't know how to like.
It happens like every beat. Like, I don't know. Like it's like that's what sucks about music because you could always add more, but you don't know like how much you should add. You know, like you could easily do too much to a beat. You could easily like, and you think it's like oh look all this crazy shit going on, but when people listen to it, they're like it just sounds all over the place. Yeah, it's just noise. Like you gotta like it's really hard to like know when a beat's done. Like there's no because who could tell you when a beat's done? You know.
Yeah.
Like you listen to it and you're like I could add a bass line here, I could add another string section here or something.
Yeah, no, that's true because
You could add a sound effect.
You just don't know.
Yeah, you don't know what you're like just when you think it sounds good enough.
So how do you do that?
Yeah. Just listening to it, be like, you know what, I'm satisfied with it. Like, I know if I add any more, it's not going to sound good. If I take away something, it's going to sound too like minimal. Like you just find that you just hear it, you know, the music, you know, you just hear it, and you're like, this is perfect. This is what I want it to sound like. This is the vibe I want it to feel like.
See, that's kind of funny because like I know what you mean. Like you get to figure out like what you're satisfied with, but are you ever like 100% satisfied with something?
Yeah, when I finish beats, I'm usually like, I'm good, you know. I know if I add something, I know myself, you know, I can tell like if I add something, it's gonna throw everything off. If I take away this, it'll probably, you know, if I like variety it, like make it more like come in different places, like.
Yeah, that's a problem with a lot of people because they have like the perfectionist syndrome thing, and by doing that, like you just are in circles, just kind of trying to make something or trying to come up with a new idea, and it never ends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could imagine with photography, you could easily over-edit a picture, like just like easily, like just change the colors up too much and like make it blurry or too sharp or something. Like I could imagine.
It's like even choosing a picture, honestly. Like you just don't. Like okay, so when I do a shoot, normally when I come back, say if it's for actually just an average 1 hour shoot, I come back with maybe I don't know 300-400 pictures back, and keep in mind that I don't like to take a lot of pictures. Like I try to keep it as minimum as possible. Like I'm not the one who spray and prays and just like kind of like holds it down. Like I rarely ever use the the multi-speed, the one you hear like
Yeah, the shutter speed, whatever.
yeah, like the fast shutter speeds and stuff.
Yeah.
I rarely ever use like the multi-shutter speed to keep going and stuff because I just feel like it's not necessary. There's very few occasions where I do, like maybe like sports or something, or if I know something's gonna move.
Yeah, then you gotta do that.
But I rarely ever do that.
Just like
I always try to like frame it exactly kind of how I want it, and then just take the picture. And yeah, besides that, I still take a lot of pictures. And like I don't mind that, but like I always try to keep it as a minimum as possible. I don't know if that's the right thing to do, but it's because it's not good to like snipe. That's what they call it.
But like just focus too
Just
much.
like just try to focus on one picture that you don't take any pictures to begin with.
Yeah.
So it's not good to do that, but it's also not good to just spray and pray, which is like just everywhere you go.
You just gotta find that balance. You just gotta like. I don't want to.
That's hard for me.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's like the same thing for you. So like, for you, when you don't really know when a beat's actually like, that is tough actually.
Because like maybe I should add intro, maybe I should add an outro, maybe I should add like a beat change up in this middle. It'll sound even crazier. Or I add it in and it's like, damn, I spent 3 hours doing all this work and it doesn't sound any better. It sounds worse. So
do you have like a time frame though, like of
I could usually
ideally what you want to keep your songs under?
For instrumentals, yeah, like 3 minutes. I don't really want to try to go anything over 3 minutes.
Oh really?
Yeah, maybe like if I do, maybe once I get more like live instrumentation into it, like maybe then I'll start going to like the 5 minute area, but like keeping it under 3 is like what I'm trying to do most of the time. I'll even do under 2 minutes if it's like if that's what the beat sounds good with, just like a little minute and a half. I think like for instrumentals, people don't listen to instrumentals that much, People don't go around listening to beat tapes all the time. So having like a quick short one, I feel like catch their attention quick and like maybe like
and we can kind of loop it or something, but
yeah, because like you listen to it's like, oh, that was only 13 minutes. You're like, damn, I want to listen to it again. Maybe like it'll come through it again.
Yeah, that's my thing too. Like I want to, especially when I'm making videos, I want to keep it kind of short, but just like a lot going on. That's hard.
Because I didn't mention him, but MF Doom, you ever heard of him? He like a lot of his songs are like under 2 minutes, under 3 minutes, and like
are they really?
Yeah, the idea is like it leaves people wanting more. Like they listen to a minute and a half song and they're like, damn, that was really good. I want to hear more. So they listen to it again. And they listen to it again because it sounded that good.
You know how like some like artists kind of keep like albums like short too. Like Nas, when his album came out, it was like 7 songs. Kanye was like
oh yeah, that's all the Kanye stuff. Nas's first album was only like 10 or 11.
Really?
Yeah, Illmatic. It's only like 11 songs, I think. And one was the beginning.
Drake's album was like what?
Yeah, 25. That's because like don't even get me started about streaming. That's just like the more music you have on your album, the more songs you have, the more streams you could get. So the more money you could get. That's why the Migos album was like 25.
Oh really?
That's why the Ray Shremmer album was like 30. Drake's album's like 25 now. Like
is that why they do that?
Yeah, it's like a new trend, like because of streaming. That like the more songs you have on it, the more streams you're gonna get. Just off people listen to the whole album. So the more money you're gonna get for every song.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's like that's why every album you've been hearing like in the past like year has been like more than 20 songs.
What the hell?
Yeah, that's why.
I didn't know that. Alright, hold up. We're gonna take a quick pause.
For 30 minutes.
About. Okay, so you guys heard a little pause real quick, but it's okay. All right, Antonio. Hi. So we're just gonna end it. Toni Tonez. What advice would you give to people in your field?
Don't hesitate. Don't procrastinate like me because that is very bad.
You procrastinate?
Yeah, I procrastinate so much. Just like work at it. You could get good at it. It's like easy enough to learn at this point.
Yeah,
anyone.
Man.
And it's just so accessible, It's like right there.
The problem is
keep working at it.
You don't have the equipment like that, or like some people don't. But I think even just apps, honestly, like if you really if you were actually talented, those apps are more than enough.
Yeah, talent doesn't mean anything compared to equipment. I mean, I said that the wrong way. Equipment don't mean shit if you have talent. I said that the way wrong way.
So like, just don't hesitate.
If you have talent, the equipment is not going to matter after a point. It's true though.
Yeah, no,
you ever heard of Steve Lacy?
I heard of him.
He records everything off his iPhone.
Really?
Yeah, and he has a beat on. He has an instrumental on Kendrick's album.
What
and
the
he
hell?
recorded off his. He played guitar and he recorded it off his iPhone.
And
just made drums on GarageBand and sent it to him, and it's on the album.
And that's the one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
On Damn, it's Pride or Triple X. I think it's Pride.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's one of those two.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and he literally recorded off his iPhone, so it doesn't even matter. You know, nobody would even know that. You know, if
Yeah,
he didn't
most
say it.
apologies ain't good anyway. I mean, if you really want it, you know, like it's not gonna stop you. But
Because yeah, like I've seen people on like Instagram have like crazy setups, like mad synthesizers, mad everything,
and the beat's trash.
and the beat sounds like whatever. And I sit there, I'm like, yo, I have a fucking random keyboard I got, and just FL Studios, and I can make pretty good sounding beats.
Yeah.
Like with almost with zero to none equipment.
It's like just don't hesitate and just start it.
Yeah, just work at it as much as you can, but don't overdo it too, because then you're just gonna blow yourself out. You're just gonna burn out.
There was a problem with one of the videos I was making for. I think at this point, I'm not sure if you guys are gonna watch it by now, but for the Creators Block brand, one of the videos I launched, I had to cut up some of the audio sounds because the beat I used was good, but during some of the beat drops, kind of sucked. So the first initial beat drop, it really sucked. It was like very disappointing. But later on in the song, it got a little better. So then I took that other one, I just cut it up and use it in the beginning one. So when the beat dropped in the beginning, it just kind of goes to like the good one. So it was kind of hard because like I had to figure out like beat matching and stuff, like make sure the tempo was like continuously going, and I had to make sure like it just kind of flowed right. And then towards the end and stuff, I chopped up like 3 different parts of a song of like that same beat, and it was kind of hard for me to put it together without sounding too crazy. So if you listen to it, like I was listening to it the whole time, and I realized that. And then when I was editing it, I was like an hour, like 2 hours straight, like just editing it, and I was like on and off, like sleeping, because I'm just like, oh, it's just fucking trash, and I'm like, and then I woke up, and then I'm just like, gonna get back onto it, and I'm like, I can still hear it, and I just fell asleep again.
He's knocked out, like
Yeah, because I was like so stressed out, and I was like, oh my god, and I was like, I told my girlfriend to listen to it. I was like, Catherine, like, can you listen to it? At least does it sound like crazy and stuff, you know? And then she didn't even notice it. I told my brother, like, the one who actually is like an audio engineer.
Yeah.
He didn't even notice it either.
Yeah, see, then you're just killing yourself, bro.
Yeah, no, it was.
No reason.
I went back to like the next day. I was just like, it's good, like it's fine.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I got to that part of the song, but like I ended up making it. But like it was fine. And the thing is, like, if you listen to it carefully, like of course you can listen to it, but like it's at that point where it's good enough that like it doesn't overpower the visual.
Yeah, most people that are gonna watch it aren't like studying it, like, oh, let's see if he does the drop perfectly. Oh, okay. No, they're just listening, like, oh, that looked nice.
Yeah.
Like
unless you
if it looks good enough to most people, it'll get through.
Yeah, unless you completely fuck up on the beat, then someone's gonna be like, what the hell was that? You know? And then it affects the visual. But besides that, like if it's good enough, it's not gonna affect the visual. My whole point was the visual part. The beat was secondary.
Yeah.
But it's like that. I know what you mean. You just gotta like do that. The same thing with like videos for me. Like it takes me forever just to get started. But once I get started, I'm there for like hours at a time.
Once you get in that zone.
That's kind of dangerous to get to sound like that.
Then you just, and then you overthink it. Because there's been mad times where I'm just sitting there like, I need to make it sound the way I want it to sound. And I'll just sit there for hours, and it just turns out to be wasting time because I'm just making the beat worse. And I'm not being productive. I'm just making it worse, and it's just not.
And then you start again from scratch.
And I'm getting mad, and then and I go to sleep, like you said, just knock out, and then I wake up and I listen to it, and I'm like, okay, I just have to do this little thing, and it sounds perfect.
Oh, one thing I actually wanted to ask you. What percentage of beats do you use, and what don't you use?
That's the main reason I've been working on beat tapes more, and why I've been trying to do this monthly thing.
Yeah.
Is because I just work on like ideas. Like I'll make like a 45-second beat.
Yeah.
And I was like, I bet, and I'll go work on a new one. And I go, okay,
really?
Cool. So then that's why I was like, all right, I'm gonna make beat tapes so I could actually focus on like beats, and like actually like put time in that I need to put into them to make them sound good, and not just have like because I have like probably hundreds of ideas on my computer, but like that have potential to become a beat that I could like put out and sell or something. But it's better off if I like focus. I just need that focus, you know. So that I would say like 20%
of the ones you actually use.
Yeah, the ones that you'll actually hear.
That's actually really good.
Because like, yeah, about 20% of it.
I take 400 plus photos. I give back like 20.
Yeah, because you have way more photos. I only have like a couple hundred beats, just like in total.
A couple hundred beats.
Yeah.
That's yo.
And you guys gotta pick
a strain on your ear and shit.
Yeah, that's why you gotta take a break, especially with music. You gotta take a break because then your ear like just becomes like your ear just like gets tone deaf to what you want to hear.
Yeah. Oh my god, man.
It's craziness.
That's something that could really like fuck you up though.
Mm-hmm. It make you go mad. It'll get you stressed out, and like I said, you're just making it worse and worse on yourself, burning out.
So, guys, you just gotta start.
And work on it. Don't stop.
Don't procrastinate, and also take breaks because ear fatigue is a real thing, and that's just annoying. It hurts. You get mean ass headache and everything.
You get mad.
I'm not even an audio person, but like making videos, you get ear fatigue too. Just listening to the beats over and over again. Just kind of like.
Imagine that, but you're picking every sound out. You're listening to everything individually. You're like trying to structure it the right way. Yeah, it's crazy. It's madness. It's easy, but it's not easy.
Yeah. You gotta like it, so.
Be creative. Be yourself too. Don't copy people.
Yeah, don't be trash.
Unless you're doing it for money, then whatever.
Yeah.
That's what mad people do. It's like, I'm gonna start making money real quick. Like, whatever, I guess.
I mean, you can, but those guys don't make it far. So
that's what
it depends what you want.
I hope they know that.
If you want to do that, then it's fine. But if you actually want to make a difference, you gotta literally follow yourself.
Yeah, because you can't be in here for the long run and making just. Oh look, I made a beat that sounds just like Metro Boomin. Like, oh nice. Where's your beat?
Where's your beat?
Yeah. Cool.
All right, Antonio, what's your Instagram so everyone knows?
Toni Tonez.
Toni Tonez. Spell it out.
TONI__TON easy.
That sounds complicated.
Yeah, it does.
Mine is elvislikesphotos. That's it.
Yeah.
You have a website, SoundCloud?
SoundCloud / SoundCloud.com/Toni Castella with a dash in between the two.
Castella?
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, follow his Instagram, follow his SoundCloud.
Listen to my beat tape, Light Work.
Listen to Light Work. I'm gonna probably put that on my website actually. Follow
his website. That's where you get all the goodness.
Can you follow my website? I guess you can mail subscribe, but anyways, check out my website. I have the rest of the podcasts here and links to all the platforms as into like Spotify, Anchor, whatever. I use Anchor right now, but it's distributed pretty even. I'm not sure if it's on iTunes yet, so sorry guys, but this is gonna be on YouTube too. My website has my photos. It's gonna have my videos soon up because I'm still working on them, and my podcast. I'll probably have like a feature thing too, especially when it comes to like once I do a podcast like right now. I could probably have a link directly to your site. So.
Oh yeah, word.
I'm gonna try to do that. So look out for that. If it's not, then I lie to you. But thanks for listening, guys, and the Creators Block podcast. Tonio, goodbye.
Light workout now. Go listen to it.
I don't know what I was expecting, but
it was swag as fuck.